What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And today I have something very special for you guys. And I know I'm late to the party, but today I have none other than Fredric Malle's The Night, the 50 ml edition. Finally, after all of these months and years, I've managed to get my hand on it. And let me tell you something about this. It's a logistical nightmare trying to get this. And here's why. Fredric Malle does not sell the Night in Canada. Let me just focus, you guys. Because there is no market for it here, and also the price point. I don't know about you guys, but we're not like the Americans. Well, I'm saying we, but generally speaking, Canadians don't really spend a lot on nice things, unfortunately. So this never made it here. And to order it through the US, unfortunately, it only ships within the US. You can't ship it to Canada. And the Fredric Malle website, and I literally just checked it now, the 50 ml, the 100 ml, and the 250 ml are always sold out because it's such a high demand, even though they jacked the price twice on this. So this is something very special, you guys. What we'll do is we will go through the musing and the note of the Fredric Malle website, and then I will do a perfume experience with you guys, which I'm super stoked for. I've only tried it once, and trust me when I say I don't know what some of these other reviews are on about it being barnyardy, cheesy. I literally don't get any of that here. It's such a great scent, but we'll get into that shortly. But with that said, you guys, before we get started, as per tradition on this channel, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy or cafe. As in my case, I have some coffee from Costa Rica with watermelon and brown sugar notes. And sit back, relax, and enjoy the awesomeness that's about to head your way. Okay, so we will get started with the write-up they have. It literally is sold out in every size, you guys, on the Fredric Malle website I'm looking at. So they have the description: life at night. An unprecedented amount of natural oud blended with Turkish rose and saffron on a luxuriant bed of frankincense and sandalwood makes this the most precious perfume on the market and irresistible to oud connoisseurs. When the sun goes down in the Middle East and people pour excitedly into the streets, beauty is in a single sway of the hip or in a glance, a shade of unattainable. Okay? In terms of the details, so the top notes are rose and saffron. The middle note is 100% natural oud, which what they don't mention here is that this is fermented aged Indian oud. Now, how long it's been fermented and aged, your guess is as good as mine, but that's what I've seen online on forums and whatnot. And the base note is frankincense and sandalwood. Okay? And this is obviously an alcohol-based scent because it's an eau de parfum, and the perfumer is Dominique Ropion. Okay? Alright, so that is it for the brief musing and the notes. Now what we'll do is, you guys, the perfume experience. I'm super stoked for this because even the trip, how this came to me, is just a whole ordeal in its own. I got this from the Middle East, by the way, and yeah, pretty much I had to get somebody I know that had a family relative in the Middle East buy it. Then they had to hold on it because of COVID. Then I had to wait until they made a trip to Canada. Then they handed it to my friend and then to me. So it was an ordeal trying to get this, and this has been literally a couple of years in the making to procure this. So I'm very appreciative to finally receive it, and yeah, let's go. Alright, so the sprayers on these are very good, very generous, you guys, and I'm gonna show you right now. So even though there's oud in here, as you can tell, there's a resinous oily spray print, and it is oily, make no mistake about that, but it's not too greasy or very thick in color like in the bottle the fluid is, to the point that it would stain. So I would say still be careful with your whites, but overall I wouldn't say that this would stain strongly on whites, considering I'm wearing one right now. And let's take a sip of coffee and then take a whiff of this. Yo. God, this is so regal, majestic. It's just so elegant. Wow. Okay. So first of all, I do agree the rose in here is very prominent. Now, I'm not sure what kind of rose they used, but if I had to take a guess, it's probably a rose de mai. It reminds me a lot of a rose de mai. Yes, you do get the saffron, and it's a very generous amount in here. You do get the oud, and this is where I'm a bit surprised. So a lot of the reviews I've seen over the past 5 years and videos talk about a fermented barnyardy blue cheesy oud scent. I am not getting a single hint of that in the oud here, and I have Indian oud, you guys. Like I've made a few videos. Some of you that follow me and seen my content know that I have quite a few. I do not get any barnyardy fecal blue cheesy elements here at all. It's just a very nice clean incensey oud, and you can tell it's distinctively Indian, but it doesn't have any of those sort of animalic facets and profile to it, so I'm a bit surprised. Now, again, this has been ordered about 2, maybe even 3 years ago, and I just received it, so it is one of the older batches, relatively speaking, but yeah, I do not get any blue cheesy animalic barnyardy fecal facets here at all, so that is pleasantly surprising because I was prepared for it, you guys. I prepared myself mentally before spraying it. Okay, so none of that is here, and then you get frankincense and sandalwood. So frankincense you definitely get in here. This is a very, very nice incense, but guys, the rose in here, I really do think that everything in here is just here to support the rose. The rose is gorgeous in this one. So beautiful. But yeah, you get frankincense, and last but not least is sandalwood. Yeah, so you do get this sandalwood creaminess in here, but again, the sandalwood is more as a support for the rose and saffron. So the oud, frankincense, and sandalwood are supporting the rose and saffron. Okay, so that is very, very interesting. And I'm gonna do a video comparing. Unfortunately, I ran out of dawn, but I still do have the moon and I do have promise. So I'll be making a video to compare all three, and I'll see if I can get a sampler of dawn also to make a comparison. But so far, this has exceeded my expectations. I'm actually very, very pleasantly surprised because I thought that you'd get a lot of the animalic in here and I wasn't too sure how it would work. Granted, again, a lot of the reviewers I've seen, including in Canada, tend to be very, have a very Western nose, so they might be more sensitive to a Middle Eastern scent profile such as this. Even though this is feels very, very European. The rose in here is not a Middle Eastern rose like Taifi rose. It comes across as a rose de mai, and it is gorgeous and stunning. So it's very European in its profile. So again, I keep iterating this point because I wanna, bring it home that if you were ever apprehensive of grabbing one, assuming you can even find one, because like I said, it's completely sold out all the way to 250 mil on the Fredric Malle website. If you were apprehensive because of the barnyardy fecal blue cheesy, do not be. I do not get any of it in here. It is distinctively Indian oud. You can pick on it, but you do not get any of those fermented qualities at all here, which is very surprising because again, these videos just hammer down on it and say that it's not wearable in public because of it. 100%, 1000% disagree with them. Okay, this is very wearable in public, and I'll get more into the details of performance and whatnot shortly. So the first thing we're going to talk about is performance. So the one thing that I'm very surprised about was that I thought this would be beast mode, like the moon. To my surprise, I'm gonna go ahead and say that performance-wise, this is strong, not beast mode. Which again is a surprise to me because I assumed this being more oud forward would be strong. It would be beast mode, but I'm gonna leave it as strong. Projection, this definitely projects off of your skin strongly, so people will be able to sniff it and whiff it off of you. And this is the function of the alcohol being the carrier. In terms of trail and sillage, again, strong trail, so wherever you pass, you're gonna have a trail floating behind you. Sillage is basically the scent lingering in an area long after you're gone. So I will say trail and sillage on this one are going to be strong. With respect to time of day, now the perfume's name is the night, okay? And I do agree this makes perfect for night wear. It's very incongruent if you wear it in the morning or in the afternoon. You can't pull it off, but it most certainly is most suitable for evening wear. With respect to seasonality, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this would work best in cold weather. So think early spring, winter, and fall. Summer, this might be a bit overkill just because it's very incense forward, and I find incense forward scents can be a bit suffocating, give you nausea and headaches in hot summer weather, okay? Once you cross 25 degrees Celsius, that's when it gets super hot and heavy, and you don't really want a scent like that in that kind of a heat. So focus more on winter, fall, and early spring as the time of the year to wear this. Now, with respect to how you would dress this, I'm gonna go ahead and say, do yourself a favor, do the scent a favor, and dress nice, dress elegant, dress formal, dress powerful, classy, regal, opulent, you know, the best you have in your closet, okay? If you do semi-formal, semi-casual, or casual, you will not be doing this scent a favor. This scent projects power, prestige, majesty, class, elegance, opulence, luxury, sophistication. You do not want to cheapen it by wearing it over some sort of, fishing t-shirt and cargo shorts, okay? So do yourself a favor, dress up, be classy, three-piece suit, nice bespoke shoes. You know the drill. This is how you want to go when you wear this, okay? Now, in terms of gender, I'm going to go ahead and say this is gender neutral. Even though it's incense forward, in terms of profile, it actually has quite a bit that would work for the ladies, like the saffron, the rose, the sandalwood, and oud also here works very well for the ladies, okay? So I'm gonna say that this is a gender neutral. If you're a gentleman or a lady, you can easily pull this scent. You will not struggle at all in terms of gender. So gender neutral. And with respect to the context, the setting where you would wear this, think of anywhere that's formal, where you want to command respect, power, presence, okay? Where you want to show that you're a man or a woman of distinctive taste, okay? You're refined. It's a very, very prestigious scent, you guys, and it's very difficult to describe it because it's a very familiar Middle Eastern perfumery, but it has a European fingerprint and it's also refined, okay? So I would wear this comfortably to the office. I wouldn't have an issue with that. I would wear it if I'm going out for a night of fine dining or a nice cocktail bar. I would also wear this to weddings, to charity events, really any place that requires formality, this will do fantastically in. So that would be it for the context-wise. So with that said, and considering that the price point, let me guys walk you through the price point. So the Night 50ml spray on the Fredric Malle website is $1,195 USD. The 100ml spray is $1,150 USD, and the 250ml is $3,425 USD, and they're all sold out. So with that said, would I recommend getting the Night by Fredric Malle? 100% yes. Get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it. You will not regret it. And this is a blind buy. If you're a oud lover, if you're a rose lover, saffron lover, sandalwood, frankincense lover, you will not regret this. This is fire. I will treat this like a family heirloom to be passed on to my future children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. This is how much in love I am with this. It is so, so good. It is so hard to find. And if you find a deal on it and discount, get it, because people are buying it and it is selling out, in particular in the Middle Eastern market, even at full price. Okay, this is how good it is, you guys. All right, with that said, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and as per usual, very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.